Hey friends, this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. It's time to make card number 6 for the 12 Days of Christmas card series for 2019. And today we're going to use the Cricut Wild Card cartridge and this Cricut seasonal cartridge called December 25th. And it was designed by Teresa Collins, and it's a beautiful cartridge. Okay guys, let's get started. We'll start out with a white card base, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches when folded. And to that we're going to add this pretty red mat that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, so you just see a little bit of the white. And this pretty paper with the greenery and the poinsettias on it is from a Christmas card pack called I Love Christmas, and I think that's by Lori Whitlock, and this was cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm going to grab my art glitter glue and get this adhered to my card base. That's so pretty and very Christmassy. Now I wanted to put a mat on the front of this that had a square cut out of it, so I went to the wild card cartridge, and on page 35 there's a card that has a square cut out of the front. Well, I didn't want to do that card, but under liner, I did want to cut that liner out. So I cut one out of red at 5 inches and one out of white at 4 3/4 inches. So it will make like a shadow behind this one. There's a lid to my glue. But before I get these adhered together and on the front of the card, I want to run this through an embossing folder. And I have this really pretty one called Textile. I haven't used it very much lately, but it is a gorgeous embossing folder. I'm going to get this put inside. And I want to get it straight. And I'm going to bring my Cuttlebug over here and run this through and get this embossed for the front of my card. I've got my A plate down, and I'm going to put my embossing folder between the two B plates and run this through, and this is just going to make the front of the card look extra special. Give it some added texture. I can't wait to see what it looks like. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that, guys. And then we're going to get this adhered to the red one for a shadow. That is gorgeous. That is so pretty. I love that. Now, I wanted to put a cardinal on the front of this card, and I found one in the December 25th cartridge. And here it is right down here, and I cut it at 2 3/4 inches, and I cut it on flip because I want my cardinal to be facing the opposite direction. And I cut it 3 times. I cut it out of brown so that I could have that brown tree branch. I cut it out of green so I could have these green leaves for the holly. And I cut it out of red so I'd have a red cardinal and the red berries. I'm going to take my scissors and get my bird trimmed off of here and the little berries, and they're going to be going on the brown layer. And then I'm going to cut these 2 green leaves off and get those on there. And after I get all that adhered together, I'm going to put it on some foam tape and put it on the front. Here's my pretty little cardinal attached to the front of the card, and I took a black faceted enamel dot, just a little tiny one, and used for his eye, and I think that turned out so pretty. I love all the texture from that embossing folder too. Now be careful when you're cutting these apart, guys. Don't cut your finger like I did. Now for my sentiment, I stamped Merry Christmas with Memento Tuxedo black ink on this little white banner, and then I put it on a piece of that red and trimmed it out so it would stand out from the red background. I've got that on a piece of foam tape. We'll get this on the front, and card number 6 for the 12 Days of Christmas card series is finished. And I love this one. I think it's so very pretty. Love that embossing folder, and I love this cardinal. So there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you'll join me again soon for another card. Bye now.